Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and what I wanted to do in this video was actually walk you through how you can find the Javelin Derelict location that is in the Crusader system. So if you're not interested in knowing how to do that, or you want to try and find it on your own, that's fine. Go ahead and tune out, but if you do continue to watch, it's because you're wanting to know how to get there, and this is what you want to do. Basically, you want to go ahead and proceed to quantum travel over to Daymar, because that's where it's actually located. And I'm going to cut up this video a little bit just because it does take some time to get to the appropriate location. But the best thing I'm going to do is put up the kind of the distance from the different orbital markers and some of the towns that are present on the actual surface, and then you can kind of triangulate your location using that information. So, first thing you want to do is jump in, and then you want to end up getting to a point to where you're in space between three of the orbital markers. Basically, the ones that we're going to look at are OM2, OM1, and OM6. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you start at. There's a quicker path, I believe, if you start at OM2 and then work over to OM1 and then 6. It takes less time. But if you're closer to one of them and you just want to fly, that's fine. Basically, distance-wise, you want to get yourself roughly in the about 470 kilometers from OM1, about 530 kilometers from OM6, and about 241 kilometers from OM2. And then if you get in that general vicinity and look down from lower orbit, you especially utilizing your zoom, you can end up finding the location and you can see it because it does tend to render. Typically, you see the engines first. They're very dark black, kind of the actual body of the ship that's actually located in a crater on the edge of like a ravine or kind of a canyon. That tends to render a little bit later. So you're almost going to catch an eye of something that just looks a little bit strange, and that's what you want to look for. So once you actually get there, there's two outposts that are going to be a little bit more relevant because they can kind of act as waypoints in a way. I'm really looking for Dunlow Ridge and ArcCorp Mining Area 114. So between those, you want to be a little bit closer to Dunlow Ridge and a little bit further from 114. So ultimately, you're going to be about 197 kilometers from Dunlow Ridge, and then about 241 kilometers from ArcCorp 114. And then once you actually get in place there, let's go ahead and toss up all the numbers, and I'll kind of show you what this looks like as you're on approach. Okay, so now that we're actually at the Jav, I'm going to look around and kind of just post up a little sheet so you can see everything. On the left-hand side of the sheet, you're going to notice I've got all the orbital marker distances included, with anything here in bold being the ones that you really want to focus on because they're more relevant, being that they're kind of on the side of the moon that you're on, making it just a little bit easier for you to actually navigate. So for example, something like Wolf Point Emergency is a good number to have because you can end up still utilizing that, but its usefulness isn't quite as great considering that it's actually on the other side of the moon, making it a little bit more challenging to do some things. So ultimately focus on OM1, OM2, OM6, Dunlow Ridge, and ArcCorp Mining Facility. Triangulate your distance utilizing what you have here, and you'll end up finding the Javelin. Remember, it's kind of challenging to find during the day. It's a very big ship, but it's actually pretty small compared to the scale of the moon as a whole, so finding it can be a real pain in the butt if you don't have these numbers. So keep these handy, write them down, or put it on another screen, and end up going about finding the location because it's pretty cool to actually see. So if you guys have questions about actually getting to this location or just what you can actually do there or anything like that, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned for a lot more content coming very soon, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care.